Although it's very difficult to get complete still conditions and to actually get these masses that are floating in water to not have any forces applied to them when I release them. But they're not looking too bad at the moment. The two bottom ones are aluminium wine bottle caps, and the top one's a plastic cap from something else. And the mass of the aluminium ones is obviously slightly greater than the mass of the plastic ones, and they're roughly the same size. And they will either be attracted towards each other or to the side of the bowl or to both. And if you study carefully, you can see, I think you see the left one's moving both towards the bottom one and towards the side. Oh, the bottom one's moved to the side of the bowl. Did you see it accelerate? As the closer it got to the bowl, you will see it accelerate. The left-hand one is now moving significantly, and what I want you to observe is that the closer it gets to the centre of gravity, or it's the gravity that's going to join them together, you will find that there is a dramatic increase in velocity. At the moment, it's sailing. There's very, very little friction in the water of these tiny, tiny masses. But hopefully you can see, if you watch it carefully, that it'll accelerate when it gets within a couple of millimetres. It's accelerating now. You see it's coming towards the edge. And here it goes. I'm going to speed up now. There it goes. Faster, faster, faster. Clunk. And now, I don't know what the polymer plastic material one is going to do. But I'm sure if we left it long enough, we would find that it would find it. Yeah, it's actually finding its way now towards the right hand cap. You might find it's a bit slow. At the moment, there's no evidence of any sort of draft in this room, but as you can see, the draft doesn't make any difference because they have accelerated. The draft doesn't make any difference to acceleration. There's bound to be some air circulation in this room, just by me moving around and talking. One of the things that could make the very, very light plastic polymer for removing is the surface tension in the water. But I think you can discern that it's moving towards the right hand cap. In fact, now it's in equal distance between the other two caps, and it can't decide what to do. And it's heading now towards the left-hand cap, and yes, it's definitely moving towards the left-hand cap, which is closer. It may be more massive, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a change in direction. I know it's a slug, but it's moving towards that cap, and I think, from previous experiments, once it's touched that cap, it will rotate the cap so that the plastic material is also touching the side. I think it's quite a significant experiment, which you can do at home. It's just a ceramic baking tray, baking bowl, and 3 plastic caps in water. I want you to observe also, it would be less acceleration in this case towards the cap because there's much smaller mass than there is for the bowl. But when they make contact, I'm hoping that the plastic cap will also rotate the metal cap towards the side of the bowl, so they're all lined up along the side of the bowl, which is of course the most massive object there. Of course, water has gravity, but in this case it's neutral with respect to the caps. So I'm guarding my mouth and deflecting those coughs away from the water. At the moment, I'm sitting some way to the side, just watching the screen. Now, the plastic cap is under the influence of both caps now, and it's being it might get, yes, it's moving now to the right, isn't it? It's drawn towards the other cap as well. Both are influencing it. It's a bit like interplanetary gravity. As it's going to, yeah, both are influencing. It's going towards the left-hand cap. It's also now rotating towards the right. I'm hoping there's no external forces involved, like air movement. Which way is it? Ah, no, it's definitely changed direction now towards, there it goes. It's accelerating now, rapidly. And it's now in contact. Now what's going to happen next? Because the influence of the other one's still there, plus the influence of the pole is still there. So yes, it's rotating. And then I hope it might not, because the bowl itself is obviously far more massive than the rest of it, but hopefully it might drag themselves across. You saw it accelerated towards the size of the bowl. Is it going to go? Or maybe now the two masses, the right one will move across. It might be that various aspects of, say, friction and surface tension in the water will, no, the right hand one is moving towards the other two, because obviously they've got a greater mass combined. Is it my imagination, or is the right one moving towards the other two? The problem here is that the force of friction is involved, because they're touching the sides of the bowl. I can't see any more movement there, which suggests that the forces holding them in place, which is the gravity and the friction attached to the bowl, has meant that all of the moving parts there are in equilibrium, i.e. all the forces have cancelled out to zero. But I hope that is a demonstration of the force of gravity acting on bodies. Thank you.